Hi, and welcome back to Digital Art Class. Today, we're going to be painting this Black Month history photo and trying to replicate it for the month of February. But before we start, I want to read a little Bible verse and some inspiring words. Heavenly Father, I know your word promises that you will never leave me, never forsake me, but right now I am feeling alone and forgotten. Please renew me, refresh me, help me to sense your presence once again. Help me to rejoice in you and rest in your grace. My grace is sufficient for you. 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9. So let's get started. First, what you're going to do is you're going to obviously go to whatever folder you have your image in and open it and then create a blank file so that you can start drawing on this one. What I'm going to do is go down here, click the plus, create a new layer, and then I'm going to go to window, I'm going to go to arrange and two vertically so that they're like this side by side. So the first thing that we're going to do is draw the hands because that should be the hardest part. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start by just sketching a circle. And then from the circle, I'm going to sketch a little, I want to say like a squeezed rectangle. Then I'm going to make another square here. And then this part is just squares up here, just a little bigger than the other ones. This one's slightly jagged. And then I'm going to go outside of there, and this is really just where you are sort of sketching what you see. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can get a better feeling of where it's or what it's supposed to look like. Alright, now that I'm done the parts and basically perfecting this area, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Control T and move it out slightly so I can draw in the rest of the thumb. So it's very blocky and block shaped. So it's little here and it's long on this side. So we're going to continue that blocky shape and then connect the boxes here. And then from that area, make another triangular area and then go straight across, slightly slightly vertically down, and then swoop in under like this. I'm also going to click Control T again and sort of resize it to what I think it should be. So, yeah. Alright. Now we're going to go and just basically stylize it in our own way, but keeping it related to these colors. So I'm just gonna try and fix the areas that are a little bit messy. And then I'm going to draw the round part here. That's where that is. Alright. Now what I'm basically doing is I'm looking at the image and I'm seeing where I need to improve it slightly. So basically what you want to do is you kind of want to scan the image with your eyes and kind of like look at the shapes that are being present there. So as you could see, I was using the squares as like a guideline to where I need to draw. So I'm seeing there's a little square up here. This one is a little bit off, so I'm probably gonna just sketch it up here. This one, as you can see, is a little bit lower around there, but then it comes up, and you have to also be cautious about the widths. If you really want to be specific, you can use the shift button, and it will make you draw straight lines in whatever direction. So I'm holding shift right now, and I just did that. But since this is a little bit uh, different, I'm going to just keep it as what I have here. Now I'm going to make a new layer, and this is going to be our layer where we're going to basically just make another sketch over our first layer, but very lightly so it's not as messy. And don't be afraid to erase something if you think it's wrong. The erase tool, it should be connected on your keyboard to E, but I usually have a button on my pen that allows me to just click the erase tool, so I usually just click that. But you can switch between E, as you can see it goes to the eraser, and then B, which goes to the brush up here. Or you can just click it manually like this, eraser, brush. First finger, second finger, third finger, and then the 4/4. So we're gonna really squeeze this hand in because it's a bit too big in the sketch I made. So now that we have this one, we're gonna make a new layer and put it underneath this one. We're gonna do the on this layer that we just drew, we're gonna name this one lines, and then we're gonna name this one colors. And this one will be our base sketch. So now that we've done that, I'm going to go and grab the most color that is connecting between all the colors actually. Actually, I'm going to start off with the red because it's covering the most surface area. I'm going to take the lasso tool and I'm just going to follow the lines. So it ends about right there, just above the wrist. And at first it might seem like, oh, you forgot the last bits of the fingers, but you can go and click this little square with the fill icon, and it means that you're adding on to what's you've already lassoed. So as you can see, I'm just covering that little bit that I missed there, or any circles, just to be sure. Because sometimes if you're doing really big art pieces, you accidentally leave out some parts and it ends up having a blank part in the middle of your art project. Okay, now that we have that, I'm going to go to the bucket tool and fill. Oops. Move from the base sketch to the colors and fill. There we go. Now we filled that part up. And from there, what we're going to do is we're going to unlasso by just going back to the original lasso tool, clicking outside the lassoed area, and continue on. So now, this is where we're going to start doing this part. And all I'm going to do is really make the outlines of everything. So, obviously my sketch is not going to be perfect compared to the original, but we will try to make it very similar. Okay, now we're gonna move into the bottom part where we haven't drawn anything yet. And we're gonna just kind of look from here and there and copy what we see. Now I'm increasing the size of my brush so I can fill in all the places that we made our lines. I'm just gonna lasso to erase some parts that are going too far outside the lines. Or you could just go in with the eraser tool. I am pressing a little bit harder to make sure that the color that's coming out is solid and not so transparent. If you really want to speed up the process, you could have lassoed all the places with the darkness and then just made the brush, increase the size of the brush to like that and just fill it all in. But I wanted to go through it step by step so that people don't get confused. Alright, now I'm gonna go and smooth out those parts that are a little bit jagged. Now I'm going to go here and take the green. And I'm actually going to go underneath this layer with a blank layer so that I don't have to recolor in the brown. So all we're going to do is literally click back on the brush and just pull in the green there. Then we're gonna do the same with the yellow on the same layer because it saves layers and not being too confused about everything. Now I'm just gonna go here. Oops. Just gonna go as horizontally as I can with this, because the lasso tool is hard to go horizontal with, and just take out that bit, and I'm going to add to the lasso tool to cut the rest of that off. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to go back to the colors and cut that off as well, so we're having a sort of straight line. And then I'm going to merge the color, I'm going to merge the color layer to layer 1. So now it's going to be named layer 1, but we still know that is the color layer. So now we can see that there's some black parts sticking out at the bottom of the hand, so we're going to do that now. I'm also going to remove the base sketch now because we are reaching the end of this. Just gonna tilt it slightly and then use that tool. Oops, it's a little bit tricky, but I think I'm just gonna sort of color it in. It's not gonna be perfect, but it is the best that I'm able to do. And then just go back in with the yellow and basically just make it a lot skinnier. And then we're gonna do the same over here with the green. Alright, I'm gonna move the canvas with R, flip it slightly, and then cut off the bottom part here. Alright, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go out and we're going to we're gonna go and get the red and we're gonna make a box on our own layer. And we're gonna fill it with red. Then we're going to take another box down here, right underneath it, make this one a bit bigger, fill it with the yellow, and then another box underneath the yellow with the green. And I'm going to make it about the same size as the red. And then use the fill tool and move it slightly because it's actually not lining up with the yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in and just slightly like that. And then we're going to go and make these shapes, these weird boxy shapes. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Control Z, so that I'm controlling the green tool, or the green box, and move it back slightly so we can get that jagged edge. Oops, it's not touching. One sec. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some little triangles here, half triangles, and just use the lasso tool to fill them in. And then as we can see, there's a little indentation in the blocks over here. So I'm just going to, instead of adding the black to these, what we're going to do is we're just going to erase and then make the background black. Alright, so the yellow is sort of going out this way, like that. And we're going to fill it in. And it's going out over here this way. Oops, a bit too far. And then fill it in there. Just gonna try to level that out. So now that we've done that, we're gonna do Control T, not Control T, Shift T. Just gonna load a little bit, and then we're gonna type here. Oops, it's a bit too big. And we're gonna switch it and move it over slightly. And we're gonna type in black. Hopefully there is a bold somewhere. Oh, no, never mind, that's the wrong one. Oh boy. Alright, I'm gonna close this. And close this. I guess we'll just, oops. I'm just gonna click Control Z. Okay. Oops, I think it's a little bit broken, but it's okay. We can still see the picture, so it's fine. We're gonna go T here, change this to black. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, my bad, it's going down that way, so we're gonna switch it. Sorry, I don't know why it started glitching so badly all of a sudden. Sometimes it does do that, but usually it's not that bad, so I apologize for that. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw in, or maybe it might work. I don't think so though. I don't think the program can handle it right now, so I'm just going to pull the box, just let it reload, and I'm going to do the same here. There we go. Now it's back to normal. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to go with my round hard brush tool. We're going to click black, and we're just going to draw in the letters. Let's go on this layer. Sorry, there's a little black dot there, so I had to get rid of it. Oops. I'm just doing this because my pen seems to have dropped visibility. As you can see, it is appearing up here, but it's just not appearing down here. So I'm just going to give it a second to load. It might just pull out the box again. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now that we've done that, what we're gonna do is fill in the background. So we're gonna unlock it so we can edit it and fill in the background with black. All right. It's taking a bit of time to appear here, but we see that it is appearing. So, oh, there we go. Now it's appeared. So what we're going to do is go back to this one. Oh boy, it's really laggy. Sorry about that. All right. Well, at this point, I think I am done. Um, you can continue on if you can see these shiny lines here. You could continue on and put those in, or you could just leave it as is. I'm going to leave it here without the shine because I think it just looks better. But I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.